Welcome to the behind the scenes of the short film Passion, written and directed by me, Matt Walsh. So let's get straight into it. This film was a Film 100 project for my last quarter class, Film 100. And what I was assigned was a 3-2-1 short film, and I'll get into detail what a 3-2-1 short film is right now. The 3 is for 3 pages long, nice and simple. My professor didn't want us to, make a 10-minute video, a 20-minute video. The 2 is for 2 characters with dialogue, and then the 1 is for the 1 setting. And my film, I kind of broke that. I had 2 settings. I had John's house, which was the lounge on set, and Nick's office, which was one of the editing bays, which was fine because it was in the same building. It was in the Savannah Film Studios, is where we shot, and it was literally right next to each other. The way that the sets are built. Going into pre-production, writing the script, getting the actors, getting everybody, the AD, the DP, everybody like that. Starting off with script writing and why I wrote that script and, why I thought that was good in my eyes. I wrote the script around 2 best friends from middle school or, elementary school or anything, 2 best friends growing up, and one of them was very successful with his business, and the other one was struggling with his business, and he needed help. He needed, he needed help with rent. He needed help mentally and physically and financially to keep his business going. And I really, wanted to write about that because in this kind of field, in the art industry, in the film industry, go with anything, this topic, and that's why I really liked it, was, you're gonna have tough times in whatever you want to do, and you just can't give up, and that's basically what it was. Nick, the character Nick was portraying, the best friend that was, very successful, saying, I've been through this, you can't give up, you gotta keep going. Let's go to auditions. We auditioned the Friday before the film was being shot. The character that I really needed to focus on and really wanted to focus on was the character, whoever was playing the character Nick, because he had more of intense, motivational lines in the second part of the film when they get to his office. So that's when Will, who portrayed Nick, auditioned, and he did a great job. He auditioned. We went over a couple things. I want Nick to sound like this when he says this, and going over lines and back and forth. And I gave both of them the role that day. So I had both my actors a week prior to shooting. So I had my actors. I had everybody working behind the scenes, and all I had to do was get any kind of props, any kind of any kind of things that I needed for that film. So I had a week to do that. So that brings us to the day of the film shoot. I get to the Savannah Film Studios around 1:15 to make sure that the group before us was at a good pace and they weren't going to go over the time, because I only had a slot from 2 to 6 on set, and there was a group before us that had a 10 to 2. I tell the actors to get there at 1:30. All the other like the cinematographer, the BTS photographer, the AD, the PA, all to get there around 1:45, just so everybody's there before 2. We got straight to business at 2 o'clock. Mixing up the set, changing things. How I wanted the set to look. The cinematographer and I and the AD were working on the first shot. Everything's planned. We're about to go for the first take.
Camera.
No, you're good right here. You just.
Slate. Passion scene 2E. Take 1.
Action. First couple takes is awesome. We were in that lounge, which I used as Nick's house, and it was awesome. You know, everything was going great. So by the time we got into the editing bay, or Nick's office, we closed the door because that bay is kind of like soundproof. We shut the door. We got everything done pretty quick. Seeing everything from pre-production, writing the script, to auditions, to coming to life production, you know, on set. From post-production, you know, usually in the editing room, you know, you have your director, you have your editor, and a couple other people. For me, on this film, it was just me in the editing room, which I kind of liked because I got to focus and, you know, just focus in and lock in on editing. And editing took about, you know, I started editing Saturday or Sunday. We filmed Friday, started editing Saturday and Sunday. I was having so much fun editing. I used Adobe Premiere Pro to just clip everything together. I used Pro Tools, which is an Avid software for any kind of you know, music, background effects, you know, sound effects, any kind of things like that. I used Pro Tools, and then for color grading and credits, I used DaVinci Resolve for those. 2-3 days, you know, 4 or 5 hours in the editing bay, just grinding on this film, trying to get it done, so I didn't have to, you know, so I could just be done with it. Got a lot of feedback from my classmates and my professor about things I should cut, things I should change, music levels, how the music levels are. You know, going from pre-production to production to post-production, seeing everything that I imagined in pre-production and writing on a script coming to life on set, and then seeing it all put together in post-production, it was really cool to see. It really makes me like filmmaking because of the process. You get to see all of your hard work, all of like the imagination that you have in your head coming to life in those 3 steps. All in all, this film probably took you know, from pre-production to the end of post-production, it probably took a span of 3 to 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks. If you guys haven't seen the film yet, go check it out on my YouTube. It's definitely up there, probably right behind this video. So go check it out if you haven't seen it. Stay tuned for more short films and movies made by me in the future.